Hi, and welcome to my website. This is from our district. I created a Weebly website, which links to it. This week in math, we've got a HyperDoc, learning rotations. And here it is. We got 8th grade. It's from Unit 1, but as a district, we decided to put it at the end. We have properties of rotations, that they're the same length, and then we also have properties of rotation, that it's a sequence, that it creates two congruent figures, but they have a different orientation. So here's their task. First, they're going to engage in a video, and they're going to be able to learn how to rotate an object on a coordinate plane and apply those rotations visually and graphically to points and 2D objects on a coordinate plane. So first, I'm just giving them a quick overview with a YouTube video that I created. And I think it's really engaging and fun because they know me, and so it's my voice.
And I apologize, the lines aren't straight, but you know me.
And I can make jokes like I never can write a straight line, they always say. So can include those funnies in there. If they're absent from school that day, they're still going to be able to learn. If we have a snow day by some chance, in Georgia getting a snow day, but sometimes it happens. All right, and then we're going to talk about what's the similarity of the shapes, what does it mean to be congruent, just a quick engaging overview. Okay, then their task, this is a formative task, which means I'm just observing them, filtering questions, taking comments, seeing what I can do to help. I included an Ed puzzle video. And in the video, I've included questions for them to ask to keep them engaged in the assignment. It was a really good assignment. The only thing is, he's showing everything and it got a little complicated. But I thought this was a good way to introduce it to him because he did counterclockwise as well as clockwise. So I thought, this will be a good way for them to really get to the meat of how hard it can be to rotate. And he helps them come up with the rules. Then of course the questions are going to ask them what those rules are for counterclockwise and clockwise rotation, 90 and 180 degrees and 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I can assign that to them, but I just included it in this document, and I'd probably upload this whole thing to Google Documents and have them submit it to me. So here we are, we're having them also determine what quadrant it's in. That can help them determine if their answer is correct, because it should be changing quadrants as it's moving the point and it's rotating. So I give them example here on this task. They're asked to, say what rotation that is, give the points, answer a few questions. If they're having problems, they can always watch these videos. This one's really in depth after the advertisement. But it's something they can work on at home too. They can go back, rewind, did I understand that? Try to figure it out. This one's really good because he's showing them how to flip. It's simple, but it hits all the targets on that. Then the second video was a little bit more simplistic, but it was very kid-friendly and very short, but it has all the math, gets them engaged in math, keeps things fun and short. So now, if they're getting it now, they understand it, they're like, oh, this is easy, well, then that's great because they can move on in the assignment and not have to wait for their peers to catch up. But if they're struggling, here's a note right here that says they can either rewatch the videos, see me, maybe I should have even highlighted that more, see me if you have questions. They know that though. And then also additional help. I included a video that is a hands-on activity because they're always saying with math, if they're having problems, it should be like hands-on, something they can hold in their hand and manipulate. So this would be the point. If they're asking me for help, I'm going to put these in their hand. And if they haven't asked for help yet, we'll see. When they get to the summative, I'll know that I need to be putting something in their hand and actually having them do this. So here I've asked them to do the formative task or the summative task, probably more so. But here's a video on what I am looking at them to do. We're going to be using a new program called Desmos. At this point, you know, it's just to label points. I know that the program is something they're going to be using in high school as well. Graphing lines, graphing parabolas. But this is what I want them to do, is plot the points on a coordinate plane. They can either do it on a piece of paper on this graph, or they can use Desmos and screenshot it. So I took them to the Desmos site, and they're able to plot their points. So say they do 0.89, 9, and we want them to graph it. They can label it. Oh, where is it? I don't know. Oh, there it is. It's way up there. Okay, so here's their point that they graphed. And then, of course, I'm going to want them to do a rotation of 90 degrees. So we'll say clockwise. We're going to say the new point is 9, 8. But then we have to change the sign of the second number. So we're going to change it. XY becomes Y negative X. And we can label it here as 90 degrees clockwise. And we can call it a prime. So there's all kinds of things they can do with this, but also they can check, you know, hey, if I was in the first quadrant and I rotated at 90 degrees, you know, where am I at now? I should be in the fourth quadrant. Oh yeah, I'm probably doing this right. So they can either screenshot this and submit it that way. They know how to do that on Google Classroom, or they can use paper or the graph provided. Okay, then after they do that, we review the rules again. And then we're going to try some challenges. And these are the summative. This is going to tell me how their success is measured. And what I like about it is, you know, if they're like, yeah, I'm not ready for that, they can go back, you know, review some of the videos. That's a really nice thing about this. And the fact that it's all in one place is also nice, because when I go to my Google Classroom, sometimes there's so many things in there. It's just like, what are we doing? But this is really neat, this HyperDoc. So we're going to go to quizzes. They're going to enter their game code, which I wrote down was, I think it's this one, 674702. And you guys can join too. Let's see if you learned. Enter game. Okay, yeah, we'll resume. Okay, where is a transformation that turns about, and go, rotation, yay! And if they start getting things wrong, I'm going to be able to tell that, you know, they need help still. And they might say, oh, you know, I messed up. I didn't realize it was timed. I clicked the wrong thing. Well, they can take it again too. It does allow them to retake it. And if it's on my Google Classroom, which I like to do, the scores are shared directly with me right away. And here's a Kahoot. The kids love Kahoot, and it's engaging, but they have to have the app on their iPad. So, again, if they're having problems, again, small group remediation is available. There's that awesome video, that's the hands-on activity available to them. And they can also meet with me, and we can talk about how figures rotate through space, and the center of rotation being the origin, 0.00. So hopefully that answers all questions about rotations. If not, come see me, because I know that just want you to know that I'm here for you and any questions you might have, and look forward to helping you with it. Hopefully this will only take a day or two, and we can move on from there, because GMOS is coming soon. Thanks for meeting with me today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.